This
forwarding
conference will now be recorded.
Yeah. So you will generally find a tab like fetch settlement. We also find a tab called as a forwarding settlement. So if you scroll to the right hand side, you will find a tab called as forwarding settlement. And if you click on overview forwarding settlement, you can find all the existing forwarding settlements which has been created so far. So if I click on the forwarding settlement overview, you can see that there is one forwarding settlement which is created as of now. And if I click on this forwarding settlement document, so this object is more or less same to fetch settlement, except that the origin is different. So when you see the screen, you will see it here. So if I go to the details part, if I go to detail view, all the tabs are more or less the same, like fetch settlement. The only difference is that instead of purchase organization, you will have sales organization here, because forwarding settlement is mainly for your selling purpose. Okay, so if you see here, this is a forwarding settlement document number, this is the settlement document type, this is a category. So 10 category means it's a, because there are two types of forwarding settlement, one credit memo, second settlement document type. So when you are saying 10 means it's your settlement document, forwarding settlement. This is the invoice date, total amount. So in case you are creating something, the total currency, like here I've just, it's a standalone forwarding settlement which has been created without reference to any data. So that's why you don't see any value here, or else you will see the value populated here. And then you will see the general terms like high value cargo. So what are the different values, like goods value for customs, gross weight, volume, quantity, all this information. As I told you, freight settlement means purchase organization, forwarding settlement means sales organization. So here you need to have a sales organization here. Sales office, sales group is not mandatory. In case you are maintaining Incoterm in your forwarding order, then that Incoterm will come here. You can also specify what is the payment date, baseline date. That means this is the terms of payment which your customer has agreed with you, you being a LSP. Okay. Then comes the business partner tab. So in the business partner tab, if you recollect again, if you compare with the freight settlement, we used to have the invoice payee, right? Yeah, it will be bill to party, because ultimately it's your income, right? So it will be a bill to party. This is a business partner. Whatever is there in your predecessor, that will come here from forwarding order. Next comes the document flow. So document flow, I told you it is a standalone creation. So we just, you can view all the document information, the successor and the predecessor document from the document flow tab. So notes tab means something, you know it, where you maintain text and all. So that notes tab, you can see, you can specify some text and all. Attachments, if you want to attach something in your document, you can do it. Then comes the administrative data. Administrative data means who has changed what type of data. And here comes your status. Status, you can see what is the status of your forwarding. What is the status of your forwarding settlement document? All the status more or less is the same what you see in fetch settlement. Currently it is dumping because it is not linked to any data, so you will not be able to see what are the different statuses, because you will not see the proper status. I'm just going through an overview, okay, like what are the different tabs and all you have in your forwarding settlement. So if you see here, these are the statuses, life cycle status. and all those stuff. Change documents. So change document means in case someone has changed any type of data, you can see the changes here. And then you have your output management tab. So output management tab means you can view the PDF and all, like what are the outputs that can be triggered for the forwarding settlement. That is output management tab. And then you see the application log. Application log means when you are planning to transfer this to ECC, in case the ECC transfer does not happen due to some reason, you can see the application log. Same as freight settlement, nothing, no changes here. You can view all the charge items. In case there is error log, you can see the charge calculation log, everything. And in the upper section, calculate charge, check, post. That means you need to actually, before you actually post to your ERP, you first click on ready for posting and then you click on post. Once it is posted, it will create a billing document. That is the only thing you have here. Okay. And if you go into the follow-up button, you can also create a credit memo if it is required. And if I go directly to the configuration, let me check what is the FWSD type which I have assigned to my forwarding order type. So if I go to SAP reference IMG, I go to transportation management. I go to my, first of all, let me go to forwarding order management, forwarding order types. Yesterday I created Z001. So if I go to Z001, okay, default FWSD type you need to specify. Okay, ZF S1. Okay. So now we will see where we configured this ZF S1. If I go back, I go here, settlement. I go to forwarding settlement. And here, first of all, you need to define the number range. Okay. And then you click on the forwarding settlement document type, ZFS1. So if you see, this is the document type, the category was appearing from here. Okay. 10 is for forwarding settlement, 30 is for internal settlement. Residence period, you know, residence time, you know, track change, you know, all these are same configuration what you have in FSD type, no change. So only difference is in the category. There you had the freight settlement, here it will be the forwarding settlement, nothing else is there. Okay, any question on this?
I'm good, Viren.
Yeah,
Okay.
no question.
And once you have done created this ZFS1, then you have some specific configuration for posting. So this is more related to your posting it. So assign SD information for posting. So that means which, so when ZFS1 is there, which is your SD type, sales document type, you want to configure when it is used for posting. Same as the FSD. See, all the things are same. There is no difference here. Okay. So I can say I want to go forward. So this is the sales document types. This is your item category, NORM. Sorry. Which one you want to use? Category?
Item category is TAN, that is standard order.
TAN.
TAN.
Yes, yes, TAN. Let me go TAN. Okay, standard item. This is a billing type. What should be the standard billing type?
F2
F2,
for
yes.
invoice.
And what is the billing procedure? Standard?
RVA 01.
Yes, RBA
Uh,
001. Yes. So we have to find it here because RBA standard C, RBA CA01. Which one? RBA. Okay, this one I use. Okay.
yes, RVA 01.
That's it. All done. In case you want to use a credit memo later on, you can also use the credit memo. Okay. You can also use the condition types assign. So here, whatever charges you want to put in, you need to assign that. Same what we did in FSD, right? So I think we assigned ZC or something, right? 1 minute. I need to check the charts type, what I can assign. So if you go to basic functions, charge management, basic settings, charge types, and here I will use any one charge type. For example, I will use this Y01 and YSC, Y01 and YSC. Just 1 minute. So I will go here and you just put this condition type Y01 YSC and YAP01, right? And you assign the condition type here. So which one I should use? Standard? Do you recollect any standard condition type?
PR00.
PR00, correct. Okay, so these are the configurations what you require to do. And in case you need to create any credit memo, just to give an example, then you need to assign a credit memo reason code. For what reason you want to use the credit memo, you have to give the code here. Okay, so this is what you have to do when you are basically want to create your forwarding settlement from your forwarding order. The last part I'll just show you how to create a forwarding or a settlement from a forwarding order. That is the last part remaining. What was the document number we created yesterday? Do you recollect? I had written
It was
that.
somewhere on 1 with all 060.
60.
Yeah, 1 with all 060.
Just let me close all this. A lot of screens have opened. Okay. Oh, I think I made a note of yesterday's document number. 60, yes, you're right. I'll go to the forwarding order. So in order to go to the forwarding order, I go here. Okay, and I go to edit forwarding order.
So Viren, at what point we trigger this forwarding settlement? Once the freight order is created or once the execution started for freight orders?
No. See, forwarding settlement and freight order has no difference. Once you feel that your forwarding order is created and your planning has been done, so you can actually these are all triggered as a batch job. Okay. So maybe you may say that okay, once my execution has been started, your client may say that once the execution is started, then only you trigger the settlement. So in that case, you can control the creation based on the settlement status. Okay.
Okay.
So it can basically means you should receive the payment or you should trigger it once you are sure that the execution has happened. Okay. So basically you should trigger at that point. Once your planning is done, freight order created, execution is in progress or POD has been signed by the customer, then only you should trigger the settlement document.
Okay. Thanks.
And just one thing you need to check here. Just make sure before you trigger the forwarding settlement that your the sales organization, if you go to PPOME, go to PPOME, make sure that the charge profile is there. Okay. No, it is yesterday's client. One minute. Sorry. Go to PPOME. Again, I tell you, forwarding order is not mandatory. Okay. It is just in case you come across, then it's okay, or else very, very less projects are there on this type of scenarios. Okay, so your charge profile is there. And your sales organization unit, you can get 1710. Okay, any other question you have?
No, Viren. Good.
No, Viren. Yep.
And then from here, because we are assuming charge is manual, we'll just create one manual charge type here. So just click on insert. Oh, so why you just let me check if charge calculation is activated. My charge calculation is there. Settlement creation status, that's okay. Give it blank. Then I click on again the charges. Okay, why it is not there? Actually, you always need to have an agreement in place. We have not put any agreement. Okay. So once you create an agreement, basically this value, what you see here, basically has a dependency on whether the agreement is there or not. Okay. So because we have not created any agreement here, so the charge population is not happening there. Okay. But you understood the process, right? Just once the charge calculation will be there, what we need to do here, we just need to create a settlement document form. So if I go to charges now, okay, you just need to click here, charge settlement. So obviously if you create on calculate charge, it will say 0. Product has no charge complete. Okay. And then from here, we need to basically create a settlement document. But it will not allow you because probably the charges are 0 here. So we need to create an agreement in place and then trigger that. Okay, this is a place from where you can trigger your forwarding settlement. Okay.
Yeah, very
Okay.
So more or less the process flow is something like this, what we have. And then the last part, what is remaining is your PPF. Okay. Have you worked on your document printing and all in your like in not in TM obviously, in ECC and all? Have you worked on that?
No, Viren.
Oh, right.
NACE, NACE, have not worked on ECC? NACE printing
Yeah,
out of document and all.
yeah, output management we have worked on. So it's nice.
Yeah. Yes,
It's
yes,
only on a basic we have.
yes.
It's basically
So
right.
yeah, correct. So if I open any one freight order, I'll just start with the freight order. So if I open any freight order, for example, if I go to my freight order management, oh, sorry. If I go to display or freight order, so this is a freight order I am opening. And what is the objective of NACE? NACE objective is to take out a printout. So, but NACE does not work in S4TM because TM is a web UI product. So the entire functionality of your printing fax, which you used to do through your output management, is taken by the framework called as a PPF. So PPF stands for Post Processing Framework. Okay. So it does the same thing, same process what we do in our normal NACE technology, but only thing is that here some specific configuration has to be done, because without the configuration it will not work. So if I go to edit, let me see if it list of actions. So this is the tab. So for example, any type of roadway bill or something, you need to generate the actions. One action item generated, you'll get this type of message, and if you close it now, so that means this action is generated now. Okay, and from here what you have to do, you have to basically take out a printout and all. So if you want to take out a printout, what you have to do, you have to click on this print button. You have to specify what is the printer name. Okay, and you have to click out on this number of printouts. Similarly, if you want to send this to your fax, email, okay, all this. So this is the same stuff what you do in NACE, right? If you want to give an email, then you need you can specify the recipient type so that you can receive the Adobe form. If you want to attach any specific attachment in this freight order, you can do it here. Or the thing is that before printing, if you want to do a preview, you can click on document preview. But for this document preview, you need to have an ADS setup. ADS means Adobe Document Server setup, and you need to have a RFC setup. A basis has to be a basis involvement is here, where you need to set up an RFC with your ADS. So for ADS, you need a specific license. Okay, so that you can view your Adobe forms here. Okay, because there is no RFC connection there, that's why you get a these error messages here. Okay, so the document preview is something the same thing what you get it as a PDF. Okay, any question here till now?
Yeah, okay.
Just 1 minute. So whenever you get this error message, you don't do anything, just go to a basis guides. They will set up the RFC and they will install the ADS for you. Okay.
Okay.
1 minute. Yes. Now
So
the thing is that yeah.
how different is this from BRF plus? What's the
Yes,
major difference
that's what
between
I'm coming.
PPF? Okay.
So for that, what you have to do, first of all, you need to go to a freight order type. And if you go to SAP reference IMG, one minute, 09. And then if you go to transport management, Go to freight order management. Suppose you want to open a freight order type, define freight order type. And for example, you go to Z0, ZF01. So if you see here in the configuration, you need to mention this profile. If these profiles are not there, then your your output will not work. Now you may ask me why we are using the same two profile name, right? So for example, as you know, like if you want to do a printout plus you want to also trigger a integration with your EWM, that means triggering a loading instruction. Just to give you an example. So what will happen? I will just click on, first of all, I will maintain one profile, specific profile for printing out all the specific documents which we need to print out. So I'll create a profile for that. And in the additional output profile, I will add the profile which I will do for integration with EWM. Okay. So that's the reason why you have this additional output profile, so that the system understands what are the additional things you want to do with the printing of the output for freight order. So the only configuration what you need to do it is this output profile and this additional output profile. Now where we configure this output profile? Okay. So in order to configure the output profile, you have to go back. If I go to this one, cross application components, I go to my, where did it go? Process and tools. Then we go to reusable object, general settings, or no, not a PPF adapter. As I told you, it depends on PPF, post processing framework. And if you click on maintain PPF application, the first one. Oh, you are behind. Just 1 minute. Let it open. Okay. So we click on PPF settings, and when you click on PPF settings, your system will open. And after once it is done, once your new screen comes up, you need to click on /SCM TMS transportation. So basically this PPF, when you are using in S4HANA, this is used by different applications like TM can use, EWM can use. Okay. So warehouse management engine can use. So that's why you need to specify which application you want to use for doing your printout for transportation management. So I click on SCM TMS transport, and then I go to action profile. If I click on define action profile, SAP will come out with large number of action profiles. So these action profiles are basically related to multiple applications in TM. So just to give an example, you want to do a printout based on forwarding settlement, or you want to do a printout for freight settlement. You want to trigger any specific workflow for agreement. You want to specifically publish some RFQ process, both A2A or B2B. So there are a number of applications what you see here. Okay. Always remember, whenever you are working on freight order or freight unit, the object is TMS store. So you need to always select which has got /SCM TMS store. Okay. So if I go down, these are all TOR objects. TOR means freight order objects. Okay.
Okay.
So I need to click on TMS TOR. And when I click on TMS TOR, apart from TMS TOR, you can also have this TOR print road. So basically, this is mainly used for B2B message, but ours is not B2B, right? Ours is A2A. Okay. So you can also use this for your printing based on air transport, printing based on parcel, Now for us it's start print road, right? This is the one what you saw in your configuration, right?
Yeah.
If I click on this, so these are standard, you don't have to do anything. Let's go to action definition. Under action definition, now under tort print road, what you want to do? Under tort print road, suppose I want to print your roadway bill. Okay, that means you are printing for road mode of transport, but under that there are so many things. You can print out for your manifest, you can print out for your way bill which is in Europe, way bill which is in US. Okay, SAP has given multiple number of things. So for example, in my case, if you see, it is road way bill Europe. So I clicked on road way bill Europe. And then if I click on display mode, so if you want to inactivate something, that means you don't want that particular printout to happen in future, you can put a checkbox inactive. If you are putting inactive checkbox, that means it will not be printed. And then if I click on this display mode, this is, if you see, when you want to display the output, there are multiple options, whether you want to process when you are saving the document, or whether you want to do it based on a specific reporting pattern. So I say when I'm saving my freight order, my printing option should work. Okay, what are the processing times for printing? So in case you want to process immediately, process on saving, in case you want to do it based on a selection report. So whether you want to permit any processing time, I said no restriction. My user can print out at any point of time, so it should be no restriction. In case you are doing a bad job for printing out, you can do schedule automatically. Changeable in dialog, executable dialog means you can change your data when you at a time of printing, and you can execute your printing in the dialog mode. In case your printing is based on a specific business partner, you have to then specify partner dependent, and then once you click on partner dependent, you have to specify for which business partner function this printout will happen. So SAP has a standard predefined partner function. Okay. If it is not dependent, don't do anything. Now the most thing like the work, what you have to understand here is that how your output can be triggered. So specific terminology, what SAP says, you can trigger your output either using a baddie, or you can also, if you want to trigger your output based on workflow, you can also use a workflow. So for example, you say, okay, my freight order will be triggered only when it is approved by maybe the planner. So in that case, you need to use a workflow condition, and you have to set up your workflow. But if you say no, I want to trigger the output based on the standard baddie mechanism. So in standard, all the outputs are triggered based on baddies. Okay, so that's why either baddie or this one is there. And this determination technology means what? Determination technology means whether your determination is based on certain other conditions. Okay, that means determination for SA release means SA means scheduling agreement release, or any type of confirmation you are expecting, or any type of specific conditions you are expecting, or any type of condition which can be transported. So these are the different options we have. So generally we go for determination using conditions that can be transported. And then this is the action definition. What type of action? You just need to give a text here. And once you're done this, go to processing types. So this is very important because this will actually control whether you are going for any development, enhancement and all. Just see this. So this particular printing, whether external communication, that means whether you are going to print out. Communication means external printed. If you are going to print out based on a specific method call, whether you want to print out a form directly, because see, when you can also trigger based on smart forms. Okay, if you are, although we don't use smart forms in S4HANA, but SAP has kept the option. Okay, well, so in case you want to trigger your PDF based on smart forms, fax, email, print, you can use this communication. If you want to trigger any alert based on workflow, trigger alert. If you want to trigger your output based on some XML message ID, then you have to use this. Okay, any question you having? Any question?
No, Viren.
Oh, 1 minute. Why it's coming for me like that? 1 minute. Yes. So when you are using external communication, then system will ask you that, as I told you, we always support Adobe form. Okay, when you're taking a printout means it should be Adobe form. So in a case of Adobe form, the normal form type is PDF based form, and this is the format OFU standard, and the form name is APCMR. This is the standard form. So whatever printout action definition you want to do based on this external communication, these values will be changed automatically. If you want to use a Z type of form, then in that case you need to change the form name, which will be provided by a developer. Okay, but the format is always the same. If you want to view a form, you can directly go into a form. It will open to a new window. Okay, if you want to view how the form will look like. It is not opening. Okay, you can also directly open from directly. If you go to a transaction SAP, you can view the form as well. Just put the form name and you can go to display. So this is more of a technical thing, you don't have to concentrate too much. Whatever new fields you have to add, your developer will actually go into the layout and go into the context and add the relevant fields. So the layout will basically look like this. Yeah, because I don't have the authorization to view all those layouts and all. Okay, but in short, if in case you want to trigger any type of output, this action, whether it's external communication or workflow, will actually decide the document perspective here. Okay, now once you have done this, now suppose you have a setup where you need to trigger something based on certain specific condition. Like for example, you want to trigger the output only when the subcontracting status is sent to carrier or confirmed by carrier. In that case, in order to put some specific condition, you have to click on this condition configuration, and here your developer needs to do a coding whereby he has to put the logic. Okay, my freight order will be printed only when the confirmation is sent to carrier. I show you where we do it. So you click on this condition configuration, and here you need to again specify what type, in which action you want to do it. So I want to do it based on my freight order. So that you can go from here. It's same this one. Okay, and once you do this, see, you'll find schedule condition, start condition. So if you double click here, so you have to do the coding here, because your start condition is nothing but it's a baddie. These are all baddies. So your developer will create a Z baddie and he will enter the baddie here. So start condition means the start condition is checked before any action is executed. So your action is printing. So the start condition will check that. So the action is only executed when the start condition has been fulfilled. That means you can trigger the printing only when the start condition means that my subcontracting status should be updated, sent to carrier or something. In that case, you can do it. So you have to go to edit condition, or you create a baddie, and within that baddie, the baddie name will be provided, and you have to update that here. Similarly, while scheduling, so suppose while you are scheduling any batch job or something, so again, you here also you can specify, okay, my carrier ID should be present. So in that case, you can schedule it only when the carrier is present, right? In case you want to do a printout. So you can put a schedule condition in your body that, okay, you put the Z condition here, and then the coding will be done by your developer, and then you update it here. Okay. So if you want to create a new action definition, just to give an example, you need to click on this, change. Okay. Click on create. Suppose you want to create your own action definition. Click on form. Okay, and here you need to add your start condition and schedule condition. I don't want to do it now, but yeah. Okay. So this is what your PPF action profile is about. You can do it for any type of object what you want to do. So for example, this is for your freight invoice, so FSD. If you want to give some condition for printing, you can do it. Even if you are interacting with any of your third party, which is outside SAP, then you have to relate to this B2B. So B2B is mainly used whenever. So for B2B, if you see, you can cancel freight booking, you can create freight order, you can send the shipping instruction, because shipping instruction means it is outside your SAP system. So all the B2B means which is outside SAP system. You can create your own triggering point to send those details to outside point. Okay. Any question on this?
Okay from mine.
Okay. And one thing I just forgot to teach you, that is your partner determination profile. If you recollect, I've told you in freight order, we often assign partner profile so that whatever partner business functions you want to have, you can add it in your freight order type, right? So if I go to any freight order type, I'll just show you. If I go to freight order type, so this partner profile means automatically business partners will be determined in your freight order type. If you want to add more business partner, it can be done here. So if you see, if I go down, this is the partner profile. So where do we define it? If I go to help button, you have PP. So I can directly go into this, continue without specifying.
Are we going to the T code VOPAN?
No.
Okay.
That is specific to your ECC part. Here, if you see under business partner, we have partner profile.
Okay.
So I had created one PP, and here you need to assign all the partner functions which you need. So for me, I have added consignee, I have added carrier, I have added shipper. And I am saying, okay, shipper is optional, carrier is mandatory, and consignee is, you can choose from the list. If you want to add some more functions, you can just click on increase and you can add it. So for example, if I want to add sold to party or ship to party, something like that, I just directly go here. I go to ship to party. I say, okay, it's optional or choose from the list. Okay. And the source type is partner function. Okay. And I click on save. So once you add this, then you will find that sold to party will come as one of the option in your freight order, business partner. So this thing you need to know from your business, what type of business partners they are planning to use and view in your freight order when the freight order is created. Okay. Any other question?
No, Viren.
Fine.
So although we'll begin the technical class next Saturday, but I just want to show you that two important tables what you need to know. That is important. Whenever you are working anywhere in TM, that is go to AC16N, oh sorry, AC16 slash SCMTMS slash D underscore TORROT. So basically this is related to a freight order. As I told you, TOR means freight unit or freight order. Now how will you know whether it's your freight unit or freight order? You have to just go into based on your document type. You can specify based on your document type whether you need a TOR type, or rather you can go to document category. First of all, you just give a segregation. Okay, I need to see all my freight units, and then document type if you want to give a specific freight unit, or you can directly click on this. So this is the one which we use mainly for your freight unit and freight order. So all the document types you can use, and I think you know all these tabs, right? AC16N, you should know all this. Okay. So all the information about your freight unit, freight order you can get via this. And if you just change this freight unit to A4, you'll get to see the freight order. Oh, sorry. Okay. Similarly, if you want to view, suppose your forwarding order, what you have to do, instead of TOR, it will be TRQ. TRQ means request. And the document type will be, see, you don't in TRQ category. So category you have to put in the forwarding order type. That is a forwarding order. Because I don't have OTR and DTR. Okay. And similarly, if you want to know about slash CMTMS slash log, this is the one which you should. Yeah, SC16. So this is the master table for your location. Okay. All the locations which are created in your system, you can see it. Understanding, right?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
Viren.
Similarly, if you want to view the master table for business partner, you can directly go into
BUT0.
yeah, if you go to BUT000, you can see that. Okay. Similarly, if you want to see the table for your resource master, so you can go into /scmb/rest mshd. So suppose you want to see based on resource type and resource class. Okay, all the resource name you'll see here. Okay.
Okay.
I will not go into the BOPF concept today because BOPF concept I will explain to you in the next class. But this is just an example where you can directly see. Suppose if you want to know the rates, okay. So in that case, you have to go to /scm/d_tcrt3d. Okay. So this is the database where you can get out the different types of scales and rates and all. So this is a little bit technical in nature, but this is the place where we generally get to see all this. Okay. So when I come to BOPF, I'll show you how you can actually check all these things. Okay. In the next class, we will start with the BOPF concept, but that is actually the place where we basically see here. And one more thing, these are the other two important tables, what /scmtms/d_tor_stp. So these are basically on stops, whatever stops you see in your freight order and all, right?
Yeah.
This
Stages.
is a place where technically, yeah. Basically, these are the place where your technical guy generally does the debugging and all. Okay. And if you want to see, there is another table scmtmsd_torxc. That means all the execution part within your freight order. Like this, your event management and all. Okay. We get to see this table. Okay. So the data retrieval starts from this particular table for event management and all. Yeah, it is not there, but where the event visions and all are there, you can find it. Okay. Clear?
Yeah. So Viren, is there any table for logs to see the logs in case if the freight order gets logged and someone names or someone opened the freight order?
You should not go to table. You should directly go and check the that one, the change document. What values has been changed and all.
Okay. But is there any table or T code where we can release the logs in case if someone logs it unintentionally?
SM12, same thing. SM12.
SM12. Okay.
Yes, yes. Oh, there is another table what I forgot about /scm/tms/d_sf_rot. So for example, if I give the category as freight settlement, this is for your settlement document. Okay. And if you want to see for FWSD, forwarding settlement, then just replace SF by CF. /scmtms/d_cf_rt. Sorry. It's not ROT, it's RT. Okay. Because there was one only data, right? Forwarding settlement, so you just saw this one. And if you recollect, whenever we were transferring FSD, we used to do up through a batch job, right? AC38 for FSD, we used to use a batch job, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was here. Yes, SFIR, right? Now, whenever you will do for forwarding settlement, you just need to replace SFIR by CFIR. CFIR means customer invoice. That means this will for your forwarding settlement or posting. Okay, see, forwarding settlement. And here you can actually control at which point of time your settlement should be created. When you're forwarding, if it is in process or ready for posting or something. Okay, just same as freight settlement. Only change is in the batch job name. Instead of SFIR, it will be CFIR. SF means supplier, CF means customer. Okay. Okay, then so I will stop here. I will not start any new chapter because BOPF will take a little bit time. So in the next class, we will see how BAPF works in TM. That is a technical part. And then I will explain you the overview of the rail scenario.
Okay.
Okay, if there is no other question, then maybe we can stop here today.
Thanks, Viren.
Okay, see you
Thanks
then
for it.
next week.
Yep.
Thanks, Nisha.
Yep.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Naresh.
Yeah.
Bye.